Welcome back to Wrestling with Ski, episode 91, part one. We're going to do a recap of both, and I figured both WWE and AEW deserve their own recaps to be in separate shows instead of putting it all into one. And then, well, you don't have to have your ears bleed listening to me talk for that long. There's some good stuff in there. There's some bad stuff. I mean, there's a lot of bad stuff in there between, a lot of it. Because, WWE just can't help themselves, but I still think it was a pretty good week, and there's a lot of good stuff to get through. So we got to start out, obviously, with Raw. Obviously, it's the first show of the week, and it started out, WWE Championship match. Doesn't get much bigger than that, allegedly, on Raw. I think of a lot of things that are more, entertaining, but Big E defends against Bobby Lashley and enters Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin because apparently after they had them split, they still literally at this amount of time didn't figure out what the hell to do with them. So screw it, let's put the Hurt Business back together. Again, like I talked about before, because, well, let's just say MVP isn't there. So we need something to help out Bobby and give something for Cedric and Shelton to do. But they come out, the New Day, Kofi and Xavier come running out to assist Big E. It leads it into the ring, which, obviously was just going to lead to something bigger and better. I thought it was, dumb because it literally made no sense since all the times we've seen it happen between them when they didn't do that. Run to the ring and all that. But they did, and it goes to a no contest. Here comes Adam Pierce to announce that the match is going to restart later, but inside of a steel cage, which, who doesn't like a steel cage match? And again, Lashley, through his Hell in a Cells and all the stuff. I mean, he can have matches. Maybe he's not have matches with anyone. Make Xavier look good, make all of that look good. So I have nothing against him. Like, he's putting on, like, I'd say his best matches of this run, if not ever. Lashley was. So I have absolutely zero problem with his match and that inside of there. It's just, Shelton and Cedric, like, they went out their way to try to, split them up, to try to get them to go and do their own thing. And that's how it goes. It ends. Like, I didn't like that. Call me what you will. I've been called lots of things. I thought it's dumb to bring them right back into it. But again, it gives them something to do. It helps Lashley out now that MVP isn't there, because he's injured. And that can end up saving the whole thing for the Almighty. Can. Not necessarily exactly how they wanted it to play out, they being the WWE, but still think it works out. And again, it gives the other two guys something to do. I still am a fond believer that it was absolutely stupid and ridiculous and really, really just flat out dumb to split up the Hurt Business when they did, the way they did, all that anyway. Like, I've talked about it on here, talked about people in my personal life. Like, I just thought it was stupid. You don't have to agree with me, but the way they did it was dumb. Not sorry. I feel like a Reese's commercial right now. It was dumb. Whether you agree or not, you should agree, because it's probably the best thing they had going there on Raw. And they did that with it. Guess what? It was dumb. But if they're back together, I hope they don't do it for just some stupid little thing and then break them up again 5 seconds later, because then what the hell is the point of it again? Gets really old, really fast. I'm going to do that over and over again. Because again, I thought it was phenomenal what they had going there. It gave Cedric and Shelton something to do. Like Lashley and Cedric, the elder statesman. Cedric, the young guy MVP there, like, be the mouthpiece and could still go every once in a while. Like, it was a good setup, and they blew it up way too early. So let's hope they do something good with it. I don't think they're going to do anything good with it just because it's them. No offense to them. Every time WWE makes you go, they're taking a step forward, they go and take 75 back. So we'll see. It's good to see it, but if they never broke it up, when he tells them that they're worthless, and now boom, suddenly they're back. I don't like it. It stinks. I think they're just throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks and what happens. And while that's sometimes a good thing, it's not always a good thing. So hopefully they go with it well this time and stick with it and don't screw it. Because again, I liked it when it was originally together and thought they dropped the ball by breaking it up so fast. But instead of rambling about that, Angel Garza with Humberto Carrillo defeats Viking Raider Eric with Ivar. It gives, so just put Angel and Humberto together, it gives them momentum. And this sets up a thing between them and the Viking Raiders as they both moved over to SmackDown in the draft, which means they can use it in some fashion, I guess is the best word for it. Like some rhyme or reason. They can have them drag this on, and maybe for like number one contender stuff over on SmackDown, something like that. I hope they do, because again, I like the Viking Raiders. They just let them go. And Angel Garza and Humberto, I mean, they literally were all over each other, leading to COVID mania. And then really, I mean, they both vanished for the longest time. I think they're both super talented. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to take anything away from them. They really are. I just don't know where the hell they want. I mean, Humberto came back. You could tell he put on some muscle, and he did his thing. He had a good thing going with Sheamus, even with the broken nose and all. I mean, that was a good match going on. There were some times where Sheamus didn't help him. There were some times where he didn't help Sheamus, and you could tell. I mean, so whatever came in that, but them two working together, put them with the Viking Raiders, who have been champions, so it helps to give them credibility, regardless of when they beat them, go for title matches over on SmackDown, but former tag team champions, bada boom, put them over. SmackDown, they could do a number one contender thing with everything shaken up. And I think either of them, I mean, obviously both teams can go. I don't care who, like, as long as they make the tag team titles on SmackDown actually matter. Again, here we are. Now, that was April. It's October. I'm still pissed off that they put the SmackDown tag titles on the SmackDown the night before night one of Mania, and they put the women's qualifier, which you literally don't remember anything except wardrobe malfunctions, which I didn't even see because I wasn't paying. I was trying to pay attention. I think I was playing WWE Champion simultaneously. Yeah, I'll put it safe on there. I was trying to get through that for the day, and I missed those, but that was it. And so they put them over there. I mean, I was so happy. And again, Jimmy came back for the Usos. I was like, thank God, because the tag team division, like, they desperately needed it. It was nothing against the guys they had. It's just they were throwing like stuff together stupid. And then with them being there in the bloodline with Roman, who's the champion, it's just such a good fit, and everyone's coming after them. And I just like it all together personally. Like, I think they needed to put they needed the Usos to be back together and take it over. Me and Justin talked about it a lot of times. You guys heard us talk to it probably ad nauseum, how much we had to mention it. But they need it. So I'm I'm super, super duper okay with them being champs. And I really, again, as there isn't that much to work with there, especially as they swap so many tag teams, to see Garza and Carrillo or the Viking Raiders go against the Usos. Again, it'll be something different, like, tell different stories. They can give everyone else a good rub because, Roman will still be there and be involved somehow. He ever seems to show up in these, situations where he has to, and it just helps elevate everybody to me. So hopefully that works out really. I mean, I'm hopeful. I want it to work out okay. I really do. So we'll see what they do with it, but I'm sure, we're going to see Ivar against Carrillo, and they're going to, drag all that out like they always do. I mean, it's predictable, but if they put on good matches, no one really cares if it's that predictable. At least in that. Like, give tag teams stuff they could do, good matches. Like, if you let them just go out and wrestle, they could really, really surprise you and do really good things. So see how that goes. Again, never know, but they're switching over to SmackDown, so we got to see how it all, works out in the shuffle and what's going to happen. Reggie defeated Ricochet by DQ to retain the 24/7 title. I mean, Reggie can fly around like a crazy person all he wants. He's athletic. They did that whole, like, him and Nia, like, just ad nauseum. And I think I was on here many times talking on this exact platform with Justin those times, but losing my mind because I was over it. I was well beyond over it. I was tired of it. I was pissed. I could not deal with it. It was such bad acting. It was all that. And again, he's charismatic. He's athletic. He's nimble. He's quick. He's all kinds of things. But maybe it's just 24/7 time. I don't know. He's holding on to it for a while, which is good. I just wish they'd stop doing all the stupid skits at parks or here, there, and everywhere. And maybe him talking less. Oh, when I was a kid, like no one cares. Just wrestle. Like we already think the title's a joke. Most people do. So why drag it out even worse? Like for the love of God. Again, he's doing a good job with it. I'm not taking anything away from that. The him and Nia thing really did kill a lot of it for me. But again, that was really a lot of Nia too, because her acting was terrible. Like his acting and charisma was 1,000 times better than Nia's. And if you try to deny that, I guess I'm sorry for you. I don't know if there's a better way to put that, but he was miles ahead of her. I just wish it would get better, or they wouldn't have, like Ricochet in those situations. Because again, all the stuff he did at NXT, and when they called him up, and really he's just been wasted, like here and there sporadically. Suddenly he's in something. But hopefully when he goes over to SmackDown, it gets better because he's one of the most talented people on the planet. And damn it, just give him it. Give him the ball. See what he does with it. What the hell can it hurt? Give the man the ball and see what the hell happens when he takes off with it. I see nothing wrong with that. I'm sure most people don't see anything wrong with that. So hopefully they stop wasting him. Then there was a useless match of Keith Bearcat Lee defeating Akira Tozawa, obviously. Shocker. Hopefully this pushes Keith to actually getting back to where he was when he first came up, where he was in NXT. Only time will tell. But hopefully it leads to something good. Yeah, he's super freakishly talented and athletic, so I don't know. But him against Tozawa, that's like one of those, exactly what's going to happen when, like, here's what's the match. We're like, oh, okay. Like we all know, especially when they're doing this whole, pushing this Bearcat now that he's back and all. It was, shout out to, former wrestler legend, that whole status. So, I get why, Bearcat is in there. But match against Tozawa, like we know what's going to happen. Everyone turns it off. Or changes the channel, goes and gets a snack. That's their pee break. Like it's something like that. Just sad because that was actually really talented too. Well, hopefully he gets to do something, and I don't know what they do. That NXT for cruiserweight title. Throw him in there. He can wrestle. I don't know, maybe just over the whole ninja thing. Anyway, moving on to bigger things. Damian Priest defeats Sheamus in a no DQ, no countout match to retain the U.S. title. Again, I like Damian Priest. They should close the door with him and Sheamus. Sheamus is going over. The SmackDown should. I'm sure they'll still do some stuff in the interim, and we still have that show in Saudi Arabia. So we'll see what happens. But I like the matches that Priest and Sheamus have. I was a fan of Priest down in NXT, while my counterpart Justin wasn't at the beginning. Like he would just, oh, I'm so scary. He would just talk nothing but trash. But he's come around and finally gets it. Like Priest puts on really good matches, no matter who he's with. Can't just say, well, he's in there with Sheamus, obviously. Like he does good work. He does really good work. So I hope they keep doing that. Now that they did the draft, hopefully it leads to a lot more people for him to work with, a lot more rivalries and stories and interesting stuff. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. I say that a lot, don't I? Sorry. But we're on to bigger and better things, and this is all over. We know Sheamus is going to go over and probably get into the either the Universal title or the Intercontinental title picture right away, just so we can work with all those guys. He's been in, U.S. title picture for this long now. I'm sure he's going to go right over and get to there. I'm okay with that. As long as he can work with good talent, he makes everyone look good. Strong. So you need that out of your senior guys. And, a little title like that, I mean, throw him into the picture, work with people, or give him the Intercontinental. And he can work with all those people, or just put him anywhere, really. I mean, well, I mean, whether he's single or he's been tag with Cesaro, maybe they could put the bar back together. So, you can give Cesaro something because he's just been wasted, I feel, in all of this. But, we'll never know. Something good will happen, hopefully. Something. I can always hope, but I'm always been a big fan of Cesaro. I think he's one of the best in the ring. He's a freak of nature. And he got that little push and then was murdered rapidly. Just like, Goldberg says he's going to do to Lashley, but that's a whole other story for another day. Jinder Mahal, Veer and Shanky defeat Jeff Hardy and Mansoor and Mustafa, whatever. Again, no offense to Jinder, Veer, and Shanky, who cares? And Veer staying, Jinder and Shanky are going over. SmackDown, Mansoor, Mustafa are going over. Jeff's going over. Like, Veer's the only one staying, but see what they do with Veer. But again, who cares? And then again, Cross comes out, runs his defeats Jackson Riker. So what's the point of building Jackson up with Elias? Just to have Cross take him out and, like, please God, just give him something that he actually feels. You can tell when Karrion Kross feels something that he's saying. When he actually, like, you can tell those times. You can tell when he's actually feeling it. It's not 100% scripted and all that. He is on. When you give him way too much scripted nonsense, guess what? He is not on, and you can tell, and it is bad. So I don't know. Let him work with, like, writing his own stuff or anything. Get rid of the helmet. Like, just get rid of all that nonsense. Just let him go back to what he was and what made him all over the place and in NXT and all that. Like, for the love of Christ, please. That's all I have to say about it. Just stop. All this extra Vince nonsense stuff. Like, I don't care if he says it's his idea. Like, it worked so well in NXT for a reason. Everywhere else he was doing something. He put all this dumb stuff on. No one cares. Like, you're turning everyone off from where he was. Like, now no one gives a damn. Like, congratulations. You killed that one all on your own. AJ defeats Riddle. Sets up, their tag team title match again at whatever the hell, the Saudi show. Crown Jewel. There you go. Sets up a rematch for that. They're both staying on Raw, so we'll see how it goes. I don't see them dropping Riddle and Orton yet. I could be wrong. Again, I gotta see how everything goes this week, but I don't think they're gonna drop it yet. We'll see. It's just, maybe it's just me. Charlotte defeats Doudrop via distraction. Yada yada yada. Who cares? Okay, Bezos will attack Eva. Da 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 da. We all knew Doudrop wasn't going to win. They're giving her good stuff. I just wish Eva's going to be gone, so hopefully that means she can actually get to, like, blossom and do some things for titles or something. But that's all you can hope for, really. But make Eva go away, and Shayna's going over SmackDown. So is Charlotte. Like, give Doudrop some stuff though. Like, she went over there and put up with that and did all that, and look what she did with it. So give her something, please. Like, just end that stuff, because no one needed Eva around in the first place. Anyway, like, they could have let her keep Piper Niven and do that thing, and no one, and not bring back Eva for the evolution, because she can't wrestle. Like, right now, their competition has people that can wrestle. She can't do anything. It's worthless. I don't know. And Big E defeats Bobby in the cage. After the match, Drew comes out and pointed his sword at Big E, that he, indicating he wanted a championship match. I'm saying all these things happened even though he got drafted around. So, I mean, whatever. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I'm pretty sure that means, obviously, Big E's going to win, but it gives Drew one more thing on the way out the door. Gives the Saudi crowd a good show, good match. So, everyone wins. And that, I guess is the phrase, everyone wins. I hate to, everyone's a winner, but yeah. It'll be a good match regardless. And it gives Biggie like a good test against someone that was like the flag bearer for a very long time during all that COVID and the Performance Center and the Thunderdome and everything else. So I think it'll still be a good match. Yeah, we'll see. Well, really, really, really see. Takes us to NXT. Mandy Rose defeats Ember Moon by pinfall. Mandy didn't look, and she looked a little better. Her knee still looked really good. It's sad to see where Ember's fallen to, but I mean, Toxic Attraction's doing good, but Mandy's knee, that running knee, still looked good. So she has that much going for her, which is helping her around. I mean, she did look a little better, but maybe I'm just missing it. People comment, tell me what you think. I don't know. It's just hurts my head. I don't know. It's not even really Mandy getting all that push. It's just the way Ember is now. Like she came back with all that fire, boom, down, doing her NXT thing, women's tag team champs. Then Shotzi goes away, and now here she is, just jobbing out to Mandy. We all know that Ember will make Mandy look good. Obviously, we get that. But I just don't like it. Could just be me. Again, I don't like it. Just because it's Ember. I mean, you could have Mandy beat anyone, but again, you have to have her beat a former champion. It helps make her look even better. We all know how the game plays. So, we'll see how it works out for Ember. I hope that technical stuff there, right? That they don't bury her completely, but we'll see. Hopefully she gets to go somewhere new soon because she is very talented. LA Knight defeating Odyssey Jones with just a normal neck breaker. That just big dude just controlling it. That's what takes him down. That's just, I don't get it. Joe Gacy hurts my head. He won his match by pinfall. Really, he hurts my damn head. Really hurts my head. Cora Jade defeated Frankie Monet with a quick little thing. She snuck one. See what they're going to do with that. I never liked Frankie Monet or the whole thing. And then, Robert Stone. So I hate it even more. So we'll see what they do with it. But you got that. Pete Dunne defeats Cameron Grimes. Again, Grimes, after everything he did with the $1 Million Man and all that, to see it end that way is maybe he got put down by Pete Dunne. They got to do something with Pete now that Ridge Holland's going to be on the main roster, SmackDown. So got to see what they're going to do with Pete. Give him something. But I mean, he could put on good matches with anybody. And hopefully they find something for Cameron again. Still not completely like over on him, but after everything he did with that, figured lead to something. But again, it's still Pete Dunne. Tony D'Angelo, the every gangster movie known to mankind ripoff. No offense. It is. If he beat Malik Blade. I don't know. To me, it looked like he was still a little slightly gassed in it. I'm not completely sold, but he pulls off the fake Sopranos, Godfather, all those things. I mean, he does it well. It's in the ring. I just wasn't sold, but we'll see. Indy Hartwell defeats Mei Ying by pinfall, so she stole one, which is good. And then the main event, like with the Fatal 4-Way elimination match for the NXT Tag Team titles, Brooks Jensen and Josh Briggs, they look good. No one can say they didn't. I mean, they put on a hell of a thing. They looked really, really good. The Grizzled Young Veterans, I'm still trying to figure out why they haven't got the titles yet. Been there for so long, but hey, I mean, MSK is still doing their thing. Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams, it was good to see like them go away rapidly. And again, MSK, I don't know why the Grizzled Young Veterans still haven't been, given it the ball to run with, but I mean, they're good. They could talk and they work really good with everybody. So, I mean, like, they still make MSK look really good, which does, I get it. It works with it. But sooner or later, I think they're going to get theirs, or they should call them up because they could be a great, like, they should have called them up. They'd be a great addition to a tag team division somewhere. They could talk and they can wrestle. Which beats a lot of them that they have on the main roster. So that'd be really cool. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe they'll get called up. Maybe they'll get a title run, but I'm not complaining. MSK puts on great matches. They made some younger guys look really good, which helps. The rest of the young veterans, they make everyone look good. In my opinion, they work really well with everybody. Like really, really well with everybody. So you got to see how that one works out. I thought it was great. Again, love the match. Thought it was really good. Glad they retained. I just MSK sooner or later, you got to give them something. Send them back overseas. I don't know. Give them something though. That's just me. Otherwise, not bad. And there was promos with Ciampa, and Ciampa, I think him working with the young guys is great. Whether they're going to have them drop it or not right away, I don't know. But it's great to have them working with them. Really great to have them working with them. I think you do good. Just knock Joe Gacy's head off his head because he just hurts my brain. And yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to get all political on it, but he hurts my head. So please kick his head off. But him working with the young guys, there's a lot of stuff down there. So if they don't have him lose right away, drop the belt, I think he can go on forever and have a lot of good rivalries until one of them finally, after a couple of months takes him down. He could, him working with them is phenomenal. So I think him holding the belt is the best case scenario. We'll see. Never know what they're going to do. They could be dumb and have them drop it right away already. I just don't think any of them are ready. I mean, personally, they've only been on TV for like 10 minutes. So Ciampa can be there and work with them and help a lot of guys along the way until someone takes them out. That's all I want to see. That's all I hope. He can help people talk. He can help people in the ring. He can help people. So hopefully they don't screw it up. At least what I would find to be screwing it up. But time will tell. I think they're hopefully do the right thing. But guess what? Well, the wrestling was still good and better. They tried to fit so much in the first one, so it sucks a little less since then. I still hate the whole new setup. All that tie-dye rainbow it looks like a dumpster fire of like high school, middle school dance put together. Sorry, don't care. Which moves me on to Smackdown, which wasn't bad. I actually got to watch it live for a change, which is really, really, really weird. We started out with stupid contract sign. We always have them, Bianca, Becky, Sasha doing their things. Really, the end of it all is Bianca gets Sasha onto a table, right? And then KOD's Becky, the man. And I like the man character, but still more over than most people on the roster. And she wasn't even there yet when she wasn't back. But put her through Sasha through the table. I had this angry stares on what they're going to do with her. But I mean, the pop was great. There was, contract signing, no offense. I'm not trying to put them down, but it's a WWE contract signing. We all know what's going to happen. No offense. We all know all hell is going to break loose. And it did. So, hey, there's that. Sami Zayn defeats Rey Mysterio to advance to the semifinals of the King of the Ring. After Sami was talking to Dominic backstage saying they thinks he's better than Rey and that Rey's holding him back. And then he took the turnbuckle cover off and Dominic tried to get up and cover it back up. Rey does normal, get off the stupid stuff to be distracted. Sami puts him down. Again, they're going to split them up sooner or later. Don't know when, but sooner or later. Rey and Dominic are going to split and go against each other. But Sami moves on to the King of the Ring tournament. Zelina Vega defeats Toni Storm. Still trying to figure out what the hell Toni did. Like, what was the point of calling her up? You're just going to have her getting just mauled, especially by Zelina Vega. No offense, she can wrestle. I think Toni's just at a better level. There's no point to call her up there just for the hell of it. Which they're known to do, but I don't get it. But hey, I mean, Zelina came back. They're giving her a shot. Letting her do stuff. Toni, I don't get it. Roman questions Paul. Paul puts out and talks trash about Lesnar. Did give him a great, good. He delivered. I mean, he delivered on the mic. That's what Paul does. That's what Heyman does. Though. He talks. He's a talker. He could sell anything. So he put on a good thing. He gave them remarks to the crown jewel thing with him and Brock. He put word, told Brock how he felt, all of that, all the normal stuff you would expect. And it was beautifully done. But it's Paul Heyman on a microphone. What the hell do you expect? And anyone that still doesn't get the Roman thing, like it's all good. Like they all have their role. It all fits very well. There's been a lot of matches where Roman did it all on his own, didn't have people there. But Heyman did that. It was another good segment. Carmella putting down Liv. I just don't get what the point of having this tournament, the Queen's Crown tournament. Haven't built Liv up so well, and then have Mella with the stupid mask and all that, putting her over again. Put like she starts rolling, and then they put her down. I don't understand it. We'll see what it maybe build up Mella towards her thing with Raw or get her put down. I'm sure they're going to keep it going. I'm positive they're actually going to keep those two going at some point, somehow, some way. But it just adds one more wrinkle to it. I just don't get Liv getting put down after the role they had her on the pop she was getting. It just doesn't make sense. KO invading Happy Talk, obviously getting put down by Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss. I mean, thankfully it shut Madcap Moss up. It was terrible, just garbage jokes and all that. So I was okay with that. Hopefully it leads to something though. Only time will tell, but hopefully, because God, those two in a match together would be phenomenal. And that's what they're setting up to do. So we'll see how they do it. I'm a KO guy again. I'm a Corbin guy. Remember what they give him? It's great. I mean, he's like those jokes and everything. I mean, have him sell that like ridiculousness. Sure, hurts my brain, but he's doing it good. This is all you can ask for. Shockingly, Balor defeats Cesaro because why would they let Cesaro win anything? And then Edge assaulted Seth after Seth was running his suck, but he wasn't coming out of blah, blah, blah. He comes into the ring. And, Seth goes and gets a chair, spear, yada, blah, blah, blah. It's out of the way. Challenge him to a Hell in a Cell match, which is going to happen at Crown Jewel, which I'm looking forward to that. I think that's going to kill the show. Like those two locked inside there, that could be phenomenal. Really, really good, actually. So I think that'll be a good ending point, even though they're going to the same show. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to be over regardless. They'll both be on Raw. I just don't see it going anywhere. But they're telling good story. They're telling me even that dumb is, him going B&E into his house and all that dumb stuff. Like it's dumb, but they tell great stories in the ring. And that's really the point. Like Edge is here, that he's here to, tell stories because he feels that art form is gone. He's been telling great stories. And Seth put on hell of a matches. So I think it's going to be really good. I really do. I have great faith in that. All the faith in the world that it's not going to suck. So amen to that. I mean, Hell in a Cell, that's a perfect way if they actually end. If they don't end it there, then what the hell is the point of Hell in a Cell? Literally, like that's the point of it, to end everything for, settle everything for good. What the hell's the point of doing that if it's not going to be settled for good? But yeah, I'm not even going to think about how dumb they'd be to keep it going because they've done it. When you think they're not going to be dumb, they go and do dumber. But Seth and the Fiend in Hell in a Cell. Enough said. But it was really good. Like, I think those two I think those two are going to steal the show because that's the best story they have going in all of it. And going for so long, you're invested, you believe in it. So I think that's going to be like phenomenal, actually. To see what those two could do inside of Hell in a Cell. It's a hell of a structure. They can tell a great story. And then they can move on. Like then again, Raw right away. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I'm really, really looking forward to it. As long as they don't screw it up after. Regardless, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to if they're going to suddenly be, it's not over yet. Because then, there's no point in Hell in a Cell. But all that being said, I thank you for listening and watching, regardless of how you're doing it. Regardless of the platform you're on, please share it out. Comment, tell me what you think. Get more eyes on it for me, more eyes and ears. Again, video, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. If you're listening to it, we are available Anchor, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Overcast, Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Sketcher, and I'm working on iHeartRadio. So available all over the place. You can like it out. You can share the link out on your social, share it out to people so people know. Tell people about it. I appreciate it all. I appreciate you listening, paying attention to part one. Let me know what you think. Make sure you go on, you check out part two because it's coming up right after. Then we're gonna have the we did WWE. Now we're gonna do AEW. Give them their recap of the week. So appreciate you listening. Make sure you check that one out too. Right, right after you're done, they'll both be available. Give it a listen. Let me know what you think about all of it. Share it out. Appreciate it. And until next time, when we do the other recap, peace.